Okay, so today I know it's been a while since I've done an update for ATFL, the Adversaries, the Four Legions. I wanted to touch today. I went over some stuff on the classes and everything. I know, like I said, it has been a while, but now that we're getting set up and everything, we're going to be using we're switching from the Unreal Engine to the Hero Engine. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows about that. Today I wanted to talk about some of our PvP aspects. We'll be talking about them. I have them listed here that are things I wanted to touch on today, so we're going to go over them real quickly. Try to make the 10-minute mark and not draw all it out like I did last time. I wanted to let you know that everybody in the every legion is going to have their own main keep. In this battlefront area where all four legions are going to come together, there's going to be a main keep, and it's going to protect its border. Each legion, if they lose this keep, the legion controlling an opposing legion's main keep will be able to invade that legion. So say the Dreaded Empire goes over, takes the Bravic Dynasty's main keep. They're going to go over there, take their main keep. The Dread Legion will be able to go into any of the Bravic Empire's starting areas. This will cause some conflict, but then people will be able to invade and kill people where they're wanting to PvE, and it'll add a new aspect to the game. Each legion's main keep area and the area that they're going to be in will actually add a bolster to that own legion's keep. This will help prevent people from getting homeland invasions. Anybody lower level will be effectively increased to their maximum level and maybe given an extra couple skills, so they will be able to come in and help their legion fight off invaders or even take their main keep back. If somebody's getting tired of you getting picked on and you're out PvEing, questing, and you're getting picked on, you'll be able to go in and help PvP and get your keep back and be able to help do that and be successful in doing that. So you'll have more people there than what can be from the other legion, because the other legion will not get a bolster in an opposing legion's main keep area. So that'll help balance and keep from homeland invasions, but will give the opportunity for homeland invasions. We also want to add in the range of the keep that people fighting will gain PvP bonuses, as well as awarded additional stuff for defending and attacking keeps. Balancing homeland invasions in a homeland, some players are largely at a disadvantage due to level and gear, and will not yield points. So if you go and the Dreaded Legions in the Bravix areas, and they see you're level 50 and you see a level 10 and you go and kill him, it's not going to give you any PvP points for killing him. We haven't decided on what the PvP points are going to be called yet, but you're not going to gain any bonus for killing that individual, and hopefully this will keep people from discourage people from killing lobies. Even more so, we want to make sure that if the level 50 initiates the attack on the lobby character and they do successfully kill a gray, which shouldn't be too hard, they're lower level, we're actually going to have the killer get a griefing debuff, where if you kill them, it's going to be like a dishonorable debuff. Hopefully this will promote no ganking of lower level characters as well, because now you run into another level 50 character after killing a lobby, and they have a great advantage on killing you, because say your stats are 25 or 50% reduced every time you kill a player that's 10 levels lower than you. Controlling the more keeps and towers you control will benefit your legion both economically, and we're going to have a specific PvP dungeon that is open till it's going to be, if anybody's ever played Dark Age of Camelot, there's a battleground called Darkness Falls, which each realm controls it. Whoever has more towers controls that area, and you can go into it. Well, when they lose control of it, all the players don't get ported out, they stay in, so then the next controlling area can go through and kill all the players. So we want to do something like that, making it desirable to control more keeps. We're also going to place a relic item system into play. Each legion will have their own relic. They'll only have one relic per legion. There's going to be 4 legions, so there'll be 4 relics. The relics will be held in the legion's main keep. However, around the outside, inside the keep, there's going to be what's called relic vaults. And you have to choose to do these before taking the keep itself. There'll be different relic vaults that are easier to do than the actual keep. So if you don't want to take the main keep, you don't have to. You can just go in, get your relic back, or take somebody else's relic from the relic vault. The relics are going to give each legion its own enhancement. It's going to be a stat enhancement that helps that legion the most. And when a legion controls their own relic, it's going to give them a little bit additional as opposed to it being for another legion. So say the Dreaded Legion has their relic, and it's gonna offer a life tap. Well, it's also going to give skills. There's going to be one usable skill per relic. So every time you get a new relic, you'll have an additional skill that is at your disposal on all characters and classes. But it's also going to have a stat enhancement. Say the Dreaded Legion allows them to do 5% or 10% more melee damage. When the Dreaded Legion controls it, say it'll give them 15%. Well, when the Bravik Empire controls it, it'll only give them 10%. And I do know I'm looking down a lot because I have a list of things that I'm wanting to go over today. Make sure I go over them. But the main keeps will have relic rooms to house other relics, and it'll make it harder to break in some spots. Like I said, it'll be harder to take the actual keep itself, but you can get to the relics easier. But there'll still be some kind of struggle. I want to talk about our battlegrounds. We're gonna have at least 3 types of PvP on top of the actual homeland system, where you can actually go in and fight Legion versus Legion in the battlefront. We're going to call it our battlefront, where all the legions come together on their corners and they can fight over that middle land and into pressing into other areas. But we also want people to be able to take a break from that, and say if there's not a lot of action out there, you can't get a big enough group to go out there, we want you to be able to enjoy PvP without doing that. We're going to have the standard battlegrounds. These will have level caps on them, and the groups will be much smaller, 5-10 person maximum in the battlegrounds. They'll represent for anybody that's played WoW or any other MMO like Dark Age. You'll be able to go in and do stuff like that. Well, more like Star Wars and WoW, where you have a set amount of people in a task. The battlegrounds are going to represent more like Dark Age of Camelot battlegrounds, or the actual main front of the game, whereas you'll have a tower, and each legion will be able to take that tower, and there'll be like maybe one central tower per battleground, and then there'll be a level cap, so only certain levels can be in there to make it more fun. There'll be an unlimited amount of players that can be each one of those battlegrounds, just like with the fronts. How we're going to introduce battle games, which will represent more of like the World of Warcraft games, like Capture the Flag. We plan on having Capture the Flag, take objectives type battleground, just a straight up team deathmatch battleground, and like a sport-like point scoring game. We haven't quite discussed which ones are going to be which and how they're going to go about, but they're going to represent more of the battlegrounds in most MMOs like WoW and Star Wars, where there'll be a set number of team members. It might just be thrown together, or you can join as a group. We also want to promote arena play, but we don't want to make it to be the whole bread and butter of the game. You'll be able to select like 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, and 5v5 teams, kind of like once again like WoW. We might even add a 1v1 bracket, and these will be a ladder system for ratings. That way you can take a break from main world PvP if you want. But the arenas themselves will probably offer reduced PvP points. That way people are more apt to get out and go to the warfront than just stick around and do their 2v2 teams all the time. Bringing PvP points and PvE points together, I mentioned in an earlier video that we don't want a player to, all he has to do is PvE and then decide he wants to PvP and start fresh. We want, as you kill players and objectives, you'll receive PvP levels and points, similar to the Dark Age of Camelot realm point system. We want to go. We're not making a clone of the game, but we are taking. Don't fix what's not broken. A lot of people love that system. We love that system. We want something like that system. But you'll have PvP levels that will allow you to buy like stat enhancements and additional skills or additional buffs and bonuses for your character as you level up. There's going to be a large cap for that. People that played Warhammer Online, it'll kind of represent the RR system in it. You'll also be able to buy, when you get PvP points, you'll also get PvP experience. There's two separate things there. PvP points, you'll be able to both buy PvP armor and items with it, as well as you'll be able to buy PvE armor and items with it too. So it's gonna be transferable. Same way with PvE. When you do dungeons and stuff, you also receive a set amount of points there on top of the regular dungeon gear itself. You'll be able to go out and buy either PvP armor or PvP armor with points that you accumulate there. So we want to kind of make it interchangeable so that no PvPer has to start fresh. A lot of games you can be an amazing rating arena person in WoW and then go and try to do PvE and all you have is PvP gear, and vice versa. You can have amazing PvE gear but you have no PvP gear. You try to PvP and then you're just terrible at it, yet you're an amazing PvEer. So those are some of the things we're working on. We're getting a lot of the class concepts down right now. We're hard working on it, and now we're actually under a game company now that we've created and copyrighted our titles. We are going to be producing this game under the name Mob Studios. We have a Facebook. We have I'm working on the Facebook, working on trying to secure a web page right now. I just have a Wikipedia page, but all that will be listed below this video for links to those items. And hope forward, if you're interested in the game or any games we might be creating, go ahead and if you want to subscribe to this video, it'd be great. And hopefully I hit on everything I wanted to hit, and we'll talk more about it later. Thanks.